Eastern Standard Time. I love saying that. I'll hate it when it's daylight savings next year. Hopefully they outlaw it and it doesn't happen. But my petition has only got a signature of one. So, all right. But it's 5 p.m. on the West Coast and we are live. Welcome, adventures. I'm your guide, Sean McZoo, and this is the Reptile Show Reporter. As usual, Bill Strand, the headmaster of the Chameleon Academy, is my co-host. Tonight, we do have a special guest, as long as he's able to get on, James Cross, and I'll bring him on in just a second here. Now buckle up because it's time to start this adventure, and then we'll get on with the show. All right, we're back. The intro thing seems a little shorter than usual, so I don't know.
Man, you gotta lengthen that thing.
Pardon me?
Just getting into it, and it ends.
Yes, and hey, Mikey Ben is here, Liz Ann is here, and James Cross is here. But there we are.
Hey,
he's live. He's there. He's good.
Man, that was fast.
Camera.
My head's spinning from coming on so quick.
All right. Yeah, there you go. All right. James is Crosscut 8 on Instagram. Let's see what else. So hey, Two Turtle Tom is here. Why is it in? Okay. So we're started a new pattern. We put the people that show up in the
That's Mikey.
Yeah, there we go, Mikey Ben. And you know what? He's famous or infamous. I don't know. Look at this. Check out all the people with him there.
What the heck?
What a menagerie of people.
Wow, I didn't know he was part of the upper crust.
Yes, I don't know. we're getting way up. So all right. So who else do we have? We have James as well, because there he is. But
I know that guy.
Wow.
And Blue Turtle Tom and his daughter Paige there. And let's see who else is here tonight. Let's see.
Two Turtle Tom calling me out of my travel habit.
Liz Ann. James almost fell out of the chair. All right, we'll put that on there. I got to get rid of Two Turtle Tom and his daughter there before I got to go back to the designs. All right, we're gonna get this under this. Having a lot of technical difficulties. Oh, so there we are. James almost fell. Yeah, he said it. He almost fell out of the chair. And let's see what else we got going on here. We've got
Eliza Ann and Chris.
We got a picture of her. She's up top with someone we all know, and
That's a good picture.
Bill's having a tough week because he's got stuff coming up this week. I don't know what's going on Saturday, but he told me I had to be there at 11 till 4 or 5 o'clock. I just don't know. But let's see.
I got plans, man.
Yeah, he's got plans, and so something's going to happen.
That's the reason why I'm drinking Red Bull right now.
Yeah, he's
Red Bull, chocolate milk.
I don't know how much sleep I'm going to get between now and Saturday.
All right, let's see. Oh, Chris is here, and let's
hey, Chris.
Go, Chris. There we are. I need a better picture of you, Chris, or I guess this is a good picture. It's a good enough picture. I'll have to just take off all the other excess there. And
but did you see that Stephanie Payne is here?
Stephanie Payne is here, and I don't actually have a great picture of her, Stephanie.
All right,
so I just have your profile picture that I got rid of because I thought by now I'd have another picture of you. So I need a good picture of you that you want to show to everyone. So let's see. So Stephanie Payne is here. Let's see what else. All right, I think we got everyone covered, showing them out. And so let's go back to the script again. All right. I shouldn't talk about the script because I'm not supposed to have one, but all right. So Bill.
Yeah.
Any announcements?
Oh my goodness. Well, this Saturday, we are going to have a season finale on YouTube. It's going to be a 6-hour live session with me and a whole lot of guests from the chameleon community. And oh my goodness, we've got some giveaways that people in the community have just come together and my goodness, you're going to see chameleons and significant gift cards and feeders and oh my goodness. And of course, Chameleon Academy stuff.
So maybe I'll be there, Bill. I'll try to show up, I guess. You know,
I hope so. I mean, won't not sure. I mean, and he's joking because he's going to be behind the scenes. If anything goes wrong, he's going to step up and he's going to take the place of whatever's gone wrong.
Yes. So I don't actually know all that's going on or the script, but I'm just going to do a song and dance and
you just show up.
Something else happens. So it's I've been able to do that so far. So
Eliza Ann canceled her surprise birthday party on Saturday so she could attend the whole thing. Now that oh my goodness. And James and Mikey went out and got some pajamas so he could join the pajama crew that James has been starting and leading. Oh, this is good.
We're gonna.
So just a reminder, podcast 11 is live with Chris Anderson. That one's getting a whole lot of play. And podcast 12 or 13, I haven't decided. I've recorded 12 and 13 on Monday and Tuesday. Number 12 is probably the what that I've recorded was Michael Nash, and James Cross was looking number 13 last night. So
no, not me.
I've got, and so I think I'm going to stop at 13 for this year because
that's an unlucky number. You better go 14.
Oh, no. It's my lucky number. Everything happens good for me on Friday the 13th. I'm the opposite guy. My wife was born on Halloween. So, scary times bring good things for me. So, all right. So, James, you want to just introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm James. You want more? Yeah. Oh, okay.
I don't care. You can leave it at whatever you want.
You got to give your screen name.
My screen name is Crosscuts8. Of course, Instagram changed it from Crosscuts because I guess I was posting too many good pictures. Chameleon and hobbyist for a long time. Been following all of you guys for feels like eons, but it's only been a couple years. I love building cages. I'm really into Parsons, and I'm about ready to jump into a project with this guy named Bill. I can't remember his last name.
Yeah,
I think he's pretty famous, but
trouble.
Yeah, he's an instigator for sure. So yeah, it looks like I might be jumping into some O'Shaughnessy project and maybe actually trying to breed.
All right.
All right, but you already have kids. What's going on?
Well,
this is to breed chameleons. Okay, you got to be clear.
Yeah, I do treat my chameleons like kids, and sometimes they might get a little more attention than the kids. But outside of that,
just don't say they get more attention than the wife, even if it's true. Don't admit it.
Oh, I know better than that, sir.
Because this thing is recorded. Goes out all over the world.
Trust me, I know that one. I got a plumber here right now fixing the water heater.
All right. That's not good.
I don't need the hot water. She does.
All right, well, there you go. I plan on Saturday to have fog coming out of that cage.
You better, mister. I've been waiting for that fog for a month.
I know. James is a fog connoisseur.
Yes, I love my fogging.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, so how was everybody's Thanksgiving? Mine was tremendous. How was your guys's?
Oh, I got to hike through a Washington rainforest. That was so cool. Got to see so many different kinds of mushrooms. So I really enjoyed that.
All right. How about yours, James?
I spent the weekend on the couch in my pajamas, prepping myself for this weekend coming up.
Practicing.
Wow. I did a big practice run.
That's dedication. Yep. He does it a whole week before, so he makes sure he can do it.
Got to make sure everything's right.
You got to train for it, man.
Hours and without having to stop and go to the restroom or whatever, or get some kind of way to go to the restroom and not make noise. So, okay. Yeah. All right.
You got to make sure you can drink the coffee in the horizontal position.
Yeah, that's tricky. That's tricky.
Yeah.
All right. What's this guy? What's this saying? It's good to prepare before a marathon. All right. That's Liza Ann there. All right.
Thank you, Liza Ann.
My early Friday, Black Friday morning, but like 3:00 in the morning was traumatic. I learned that rats, and I won't be too graphic, when a rat passes away in the cage, which never happened before because my daughter's always been holding them, that they take care of the business. And so at 3 o'clock in the morning, my daughter brought me upstairs to take care of the rest of the business from a passed away rat. So it was like, and I didn't know that. So I'd never seen that kind of gore before. And, I feed snakes and I don't have a problem doing that kind of stuff with rats and mice, but this was ugly. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. That's something to wake up with. And normally I know I'm in urgent care and, but this was the first Friday that I didn't have to go into urgent cares because I'm no longer over them. I did go into work, but I had very little to do. It was so odd. But anyway, so how was everyone else's Black Friday? Anything good? Did you buy stuff or?
I didn't. Nothing.
Some screws and some aquarium silicone.
Yeah.
There you go. All right.
Steal the cages and
at the regular price.
All right. So how about Cyber Monday? Did anyone participate in Cyber Monday?
Let's see. I got some landscaping pots and zip ties.
All right.
Chameleon guy here.
Tuesday, did you at least give to different people, like maybe U.S. Ark or something on Giving Tuesday?
Actually, I was recovering. I actually was traveling, so I didn't do I didn't do any shopping.
Not me either. Work is going off the Richter right now. We're getting a little rain. I have a completely open building. And I've got about 5 trades in there trying to stay out of the weather and get a job done. So this time of year usually slows down for us. For some reason, it's picked up like I haven't had in a long time. So I'm kind of busy right now, but my heart is here.
All right. So Lizanne said that she got to start from a free range, some chameleon lights and a dragon strand enclosure arrived. So that's good. All right. So then I have declared the day after Giving Tuesday to be Worn Out Wednesday because of all the things that happen and all the wear and tear that we give ourselves. I think after Giving Tuesday, we should have Worn Out Wednesday, and we should just declare that we just sit and do nothing. That's what today is. So happy Worn Out Wednesday, everybody. We're going to be slap happy a little bit today because Bill's got a big adventure on Saturday that I'm going to join. And I've had a crazy week, everything from – and I did go to a reptile show on Sunday and learned about, from Matt's Rats, and I learned about I was talking to them about the rats and what happened, and they said that was not uncommon. I'm like, oh, yipes. I don't think I want to keep rats that more anymore, at least not the live kind. The frozen thawed are okay, but anyways, they don't kill each other, I guess.
Yeah.
They didn't kill each other, but there was something else going on there. But all right, let's see. So, James, why don't you talk about yourself? What do you do? What are you up to? Not as in depth as last night's podcast, so don't ruin it for everybody. But
right,
what about what about just the particular Parsons chameleons and what your experience with them has been?
They were a bucket list animal, and I got an opportunity to have one, and it's kind of like chocolate. You get one, you can't have just one. They're different. They're not as active as most chameleons. They're so impressive to look at. Getting old, I guess maybe because of my eyes. Looking at the small ones, I don't get to see as much detail as I do on these big guys. They have serious moods. They can be finicky, and they can be ferocious. I have a little male that the minute he sees any of the other males, I don't care if it's from across the room or across the street, he gets upset. And then he does a completely different dance for the females. The other 2 males that I have, they're pretty much set in their ways. It's kind of like the old bull and the young bull, but they do acknowledge each other's existence, but they don't flare up or anything else like that. And the female, she'll just go hide in the back. She's my princess. She's got the most expensive cage of all of them. She's one of my wife's favorites. Actually, the blue one is my wife's favorite because it's blue. They're a very interesting species, but they're not as hard to take care of as you would think.
What locales do you have?
I have a yellow lip, orange eye, and and 2 yellow giants.
Okay. And which is the female?
The female is a yellow giant.
Okay.
So you got a pair. So when are you going to start breeding there?
It wasn't the intention. The intention was just to have 1 or 2, and then 2 of them came by airplane because someone I knew decided to get out of it. So I ended up with 2 more. And breeding wasn't really even an option. I just a keeper. But there's
He'll breed the O'Shaughnessy.
There's this Bill guy, and he keeps pushing people. He's a pusher. Okay, he's just a straight up pusher, and he's pushing me to expand my horizons.
Bill's fault.
I do not push. I just create a space that's inviting.
Oh no, mister, you're a pusher. and so
people can't be pushed. He pulls you into stuff.
You
follow him.
The guy gets so passionate at times, and then all of a sudden I get passionate, then the whole house gets passionate. And what are you going to do? You got to keep up.
Just go with it.
Yeah. So I'm keeping up.
Nature.
Right, I may be in his wings, but I'm keeping up.
So Liz Ann is telling you this is her dream chameleon. So, and she also asks, how do you care for them? So why don't you go into a little bit about their care?
Okay, they definitely need the cool down. That's a very key factor. Fogging is been my key answer to Parsons. When I first brought him home, we don't have great humidity here. So humidity definitely was lacking. And I started fogging right away. My chameleons were drinking every day. I started fogging. Within a month, my chameleons stopped drinking. So I think I was like just blown away. I fog from 11 o'clock at night to 4 o'clock in the morning. I get my humidity up between 90 and 100%. Temperatures have to be below 65. I prefer to get them down around 61. They do have a warm up. I have 1 guy that actually likes the heat lamp in the morning. I have 3 that don't really care for it. Temperatures in the daytime, I keep between 78 and 81 degrees. Humidity never gets below 40 in the cages. It does when they're outside, and I try to give them as much outside time as I possibly can. And I think that is another key factor to chameleons. They got to have some of that sunlight. They're completely different animals when they're outside. Followed a buddy of mine named Bill Strand and started building some outdoor cages with planting in the bottom of it. And of course, I went a little farther than he did because I had to be better. And so I made giant cages on wheels. And so they spend the majority of their time in the summertime, spring, and fall. They can't really go out in the wintertime because we don't get above 65. And I want them to have that warm up. I know people that keep them out and it gets in those cold temperatures, but I spoil mine.
So help us with the humidity thing, because most people don't know that parts of California's humidity it's not sunny and humid all the time. It's not a tropical rainforest.
You only get the humidity when you're close to the coastal area in California. We pretty much are a desert that we irrigate to turn to the green lush stuff that you see in some of the California videos. You can go to any inner city and coastal areas, and you're going to find a lot of greenery, and you'll probably find some decent humidity. Morro Bay is about 45 minutes from my house, and they have 100% humidity at night there almost every night. But I'm 45 minutes inland, and I can get as low as 2 or 3% humidity all summer long. So it gets pretty bad, and so that's where we started coming up with these cages with the doors and the fans and the fog, and it's worked excellent for me. A lot of research into it in the beginning before I even got the Parsons, and a lot of playing around. And I built a bunch of my own cages. This is one of them, and I put doors on them and fans to keep the stagnant air. We all know this. Other people don't yet, but they'll soon come to our way of thinking. I'm sure of it. You turn these fans on to bring air into the enclosure. You can keep the humidity. You keep the doors shut. I crack them all the time. I have a lot of live plants, and I think that's another key thing to humidity. but being able to regulate it by opening and closing the doors has made a world of difference. So on days where I do have humidity, the doors stay wider open. Days where I don't, the doors stay closed. And then, of course, the fogging at night, the doors are completely shut. Unlike other people, I watched a few videos where they have some kind of passive air going through the system with the fog at night, and I don't do that. My system blows cold air, or a fogged air, so it's already providing, in my opinion, it's already providing that airflow. So they get 100, almost 100. My cages, when I look at them at night, you can barely see in them. And it seems to be working great. So I have 2 years doing it now, and 0 issues. And no more drinking during the day. No day drinking.
Oh, this all of a sudden got controversial.
I know. I felt like I crossed the line there a little bit.
Trigger words.
You know what? Hey, let's not. It was the 3 of us and Peter Netchos at one point talking about fogging, and
exactly.
So, we talked about that last night. But what else do you have besides chameleons? We didn't really talk about that much on the video last night.
Well, we have 6 cicada tortoises, one of them being over 40 years old. We have 2 donkeys. One of them had to leave us because of an accident, and I'll talk about that some other time. I have 6 goats. We have 5 geckos and 2 poison dart frogs, azules.
Oh, I have one of those. I love those.
What kind of geckos do you have?
They're all leopard geckos. Hmm? My son,
the old-fashioned kind. Now that New Caledonia came in and replaced all those at the shows, we were talking last night that the shows have ball pythons, encrusted geckos, and then maybe a couple other things, a couple snakes, and a couple other things at these smaller shows. But you like those bigger shows. So Lizanne is asking, have you ever thought about making your own fog machine to sell to the community?
I'm a hobbyist. I get a lot of people asking me to build cages. And I kind of have, maybe, I don't know. I have a full-time job, and I love being part of the community. I don't want to put money into it. I don't want to be part of that buying and selling part of the community. It gets nasty, and I don't want to be part of that. I want to do this for fun. I love all these people. And for me, it's not about making money. I will help you. Lizanne, you want help with it? Text me, email me, call me on. I'll even go live with you on FaceTime. I'll walk you through how to build it. I'll show you every step. That's what I want to be. I don't really want money for this. I want to be a community.
Yeah. Next, actually, that's going to be a topic that we're going to be talking a lot about next year, because if I think small batch breeding, we're going to have to change the way we look at our breeding. And if we can get ourselves out of the mindset of getting money from every baby, I think we can maintain joy within our chameleon keeping and breeding, and not slide down into the overwhelm that we commonly do.
Right.
All right. So we got a couple comments. You're the boss. And Lizanne said, I love that. Thank you so much. So
super welcome anytime.
You're doing okay here. So all right. So Bill, do you have any other questions for James?
Oh, well, I just wondering what he's up to nowadays. He's just hanging out with his Parsons.
Yeah, I'm going to build another base for I think you might have seen that on my Instagram. I built a base for one of my cages. I'm going to be building another one for that. And then I'm going to start building O'Shaughnessy cages.
Excellent.
Can't let the wife hear.
Oh.
I told him about how he could get the Mizzou version of the of your hybrid cage, Bill. if he just as long as he buys 10 of them or so. So I sent him your way. I don't know if he'll be doing it, but I sent him your way. I told him the secret. You guys just buy 10, you can adjust it, you know?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, if work keeps going the way it is, I probably will be going that route. They're working me pretty hard right now.
Okay.
You have so little humidity, you could just buy the standard ones because you need that plexiglass door.
Oh yeah.
Door. I have variable humidity. Like today it snowed yesterday and today, and so there's almost no humidity in this house. My everybody here is like dried out, and I was struggling to get humidity. 3 days before that, I was struggling in the other direction. I almost had to turn on the dehumidifiers. So it's crazy here, but that's those changes of weather during the season. But yes, that white stuff that you guys don't get over there in California.
Yeah, we've gotten it a couple of times here, believe it or not. But it's almost like a miracle, you know. You wake up in the morning, it's on the ground, you think, wow. You go walk in it for about 10 minutes and it's gone.
Uh-oh.
No, we're by the snow belt. Some of the areas by me within just just an hour driving distance got 30 inches of snow. So it was I didn't get that much. I got just enough to put a shovel on and push it out of the way. But wow, it really snowed around here. So all right, what is this? All right, so Chris is planning on making one of your foggers.
Yeah, hit me up.
All right.
Crosscuts 8, lower dash thingy 8. and I'm more than happy to help you. You know, you go to Home Depot, get on FaceTime. I'll tell you what to pick off the shelf. You know,
be careful how many people might be watching this. You may be getting a call every 10 minutes.
I know.
All right. So we talked about your reptile show experience a little bit, but what is your preference for a reptile show?
I like smaller venues, even though, trust me, that LA venue is a sight to behold. You can really get lost in there. And the nice thing about that is you get to meet everybody. I did throw up some pictures from last year's show a couple of weeks ago. And I went through that show, and it was like the who's who of who's who's. It's really neat meeting some of the people that are in the community. I missed Bill by about 10 minutes. I picked up my Parsons.
I think, you know.
Yeah, I didn't think he was going to show, so I was like, screw it, we're out of here. And I went out to the van, and I was still listening to his show on my phone. And all of a sudden, he's like, well, I'm walking in the show. I'm like, you turkey. And I'm thinking to myself, do I want to walk all the way back in? Nah. Anyway, the LA show, for me, it's a chore. I've got to get up, drive 4 hours to get down there, deal with that LA traffic, get into the show, get out. The show itself is very intense. There's so much to see. You want to make sure you hit every table. I always go in early, pay the extra money. That gives you the opportunity to talk to people that you won't get once they open up the door and like that whole stream of people coming in there. We have a little show here in San Luis Obispo twice a year. We have one in January and one in October. It's not as big. It's put on by ZoomEd. A lot of the tables have the same exact thing that we were talking about yesterday. I'd like to go to some of these shows and see a little bit more of venue. I want to see more products as opposed to animals. I'd like to see more Arcadia type stuff and cages and habitats. And I'd like to see some of that stuff that show up to the shows instead of people selling eggs. But the neat thing about our show too is they actually put on a little show for the kids, and it's about a good 3 hour long, and they bring out alligators and monkeys and different kinds of snakes that they can touch, anacondas and so on and so forth. So it's kind of more hometown. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Bill, he's getting really controversial. He's in almost every single controversy in the chameleon world, but as far as today's goes,
hey,
you know,
no holds barred, right?
I know. All right,
yeah,
so
this show is getting trouble going.
Yeah, so
no, we don't want none of that.
Two Turtle Tom is asking what we think of Arcadia's Luminized, but as you were telling me yesterday, James, your cages already do that stuff. You have ways of making the lights go on at different times and heat and what have you. So you have the daylight and what have you.
Yeah, I kind of do the same thing with my digital timers. I have 6 timers per cage. Actually 6, and then 2 a separate timer for the fans. So yeah, I basically I have the basking light comes on first. 15 minutes later, I'll have the UVB come on, and then 30 minutes later, I have the daylight Dusk Jungle Dawns come on, and it reverses the process in the evening. I've already been doing that for a year or two. I got a lot of people telling me why. Well, I want to try to mimic the jungle. I don't want to be just a lizard in a cage. I'm trying to create a whole Madagascar environment in a box. So that's always been kind of my thinking when it comes to this stuff is go the extra mile, spend the money. You know, if you're going to do it right. Give the animals the best life you can give them, you know?
Yeah. Theoretically, the Luminize sounds like a great idea. I just haven't been able to get my hands on any of them. So
I think that's going to be the time we'll tell.
Yeah,
you know, it's going to have to come out of the box, and some people are going to have to try it, and then we're going to have to tell us what they think of it.
Yeah.
You know,
I saw that. What is it called? The Cages Company down in Ohio is carrying those. What's their name, Bill?
Custom Reptile Habitats.
Yeah, Custom Reptile Habitats. Yes, that they're carrying them. As well as Reptile Basics and some of those other ones that I don't know if they actually have them, but I saw that, so that's as far as I could go. The website was all the websites seem to be like behind, so I will give it a couple days and figure out what's going on. But how about you, Bill? Your thoughts on it? Anything you know any more than we do?
Oh, I think number one, I think it's a great idea, and our chameleons have adapted to our on-off environment that we've been forced to do. I'm actually surprised at how well chameleons have adapted to suddenly light, suddenly dark. I mean, they even go to their sleeping spot an hour before the suddenly dark. So in a way, I'm not sure how they have that adaptation, but they do. And so we've done pretty good with just the on off, but I am interested in what behaviors or what we're going to see when we offer them a gradual sun up and then a gradual sun down. So I don't know what we're going to see. It will be interesting. As far as I know, John Courtney Smith put in a lot of effort into the design of this thing. And so, and to make it easy to install, which I mean, we've all gotten used to putting in fluorescent lights, but it's a pain in the butt. And really, I'm actually excited to try this new way of installing fluorescent lights. I do know that other companies are working on the same kind of light and UVB up, gradual and down. So it's a technology that is going to spread. And I think that's a wonderful direction for our community to go. But remains to be seen how chameleons will adjust. And I think it's a good thing.
Okay. Yeah. So, we always have these good ideas, but we have to put it into practice. And in 10 years, we'll be able to talk about it. But
well, we've always been trying to do it. And I mean, I was trying to do it years and years ago. And there were some special gadgets made for, people with SADS. I forget what that stands for, but it's for people that have
seasonal affective disorder. Yes.
Disorder.
Yes. And seasonal affective disorder. Yes.
There were devices that specifically made for those people to bring up the sun and then bring down the sun. And so I started playing around with that, but then I guess it wasn't a big enough market and I couldn't find the products anymore. I was able to get one off of eBay, but so this finally has come to.
It's strange because all this technology was around back 25 years ago in not the same technology, but the same ideas in saltwater fish. because of the different type of bulbs you have to have, and the coatings and everything that you need. I mean, it's now advanced, but the technology was all there, so it's interesting. So, but we keep going and we keep following them, but I don't know how they got all this stuff for themselves, but all right. So someone say Mikey Ben is saying that the stock is stuck in Panama, and so I don't know. I guess the Suez Canal or something like that. I don't know what's going on there, but all right. Okay.
California.
Yes. Let's see here. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the local show that I was taught we put on as advertising, just so I can at least talk about the BRM Expo, which is a monthly expo last Sunday of the month around in Ohio, Western Ohio and Fremont. Actually, Steve Hefner from the Chameleon Enthusiasts goes to that one as well. He's always there in the morning. I'm always there in the afternoon. So, but it's a small little expo. It's not small, it's medium sized, but it's, you need to know all the people there. You've got a lot of feeders, you got a lot of diversity in the sense of species. There's a lot of good people there. I've had Seth Hurst on my podcast before. He's the guy who makes cages. And this week, I went ahead and purchased a boa. And if you want to see the boa, it'll be tomorrow's pet or potential pet of the day on YouTube on Instagram and Facebook. And speaking of Facebook, I'm the one that sets the picture on the front page of the Chameleon Enthusiasts. So in honor of James being both on my podcast last night, which you won't see yet, and on here today, I set one of his Parsons on the as the front page of the Chameleon Enthusiasts for the week. So if you want to check out one of his Parsoni there, you're going to see it there as the front of the Chameleon Enthusiasts, which is one of the big groups we were part of. Actually, we're all three part of that. But anyways, that's where I talked to Matt's Rats about the whole terrible situation on Thursday night, Friday morning. And just a shout out to Keith from Herps Alive. He keeps going and going. He's looking really good and healthy, and he's doing very well. The shelter here in South Euclid is doing extremely well. They may hit 600 adoptions this year. So a couple of years back, they were at 498 or something like that. So I adopted 3 things to get them over the 500 mark. But they're a lot further than that. It's a little sad that they have to adopt that there's that many reptiles that have to be adopted. But it's good that they are able to do that. So anything else? That's all the notes I took with it. But it was a good good show to go to. And I go to it probably every other month, not every month, but it's getting a lot busier as the winter goes on. So just a advertisement a little bit for those people who might be here in Ohio to go check that one out. All right. Jennifer is distracting me. She's looking around the living room for something that I don't know where those are anymore because I lost them. She's looking for the little tweezer things that I usually hold on my superworm so my frilled dragon can eat it, and I don't know where I dropped them yesterday, and I can't find them today. So anyways, that's what being part of a live show is all about. She's got her micro squirrels that she's carrying around. You want to show them off, Jen, here a little bit, or so we can just talk about the micro squirrels we got at the Michigan show.
Look at that thing.
Oh, those are awesome. We were actually offered 3. Oh, no, it's pooping on my laptop again. All right. And the squirrel's climbing up her neck. So, okay, we'll get her and get them out of here. We were offered 3 females, unrelated. So at the Fremont show, and we're like, oh, we don't have the best cage for it right now. We just have the smaller cage. We were really tempted, but they're actually also called dormice, but that was the pet of the week a couple weeks ago. So maybe last week, I don't remember. Anyways, what else, guys, should we talk about tonight?
Well,
all right. So, Bill, what's going to happen on Saturday? What's going to happen? You have the video to throw on in here?
You want me to throw on a video? Can I do that?
Yeah, you can.
Share screen?
You may. Will you?
Yeah, sure. If I can, am I allowed to open up
I think so. I don't know. We'll see.
extra camera? I'll try.
Well, I'll bring it on. You can open up and I'll bring it on, right?
Well, here I can bring up Instagram.
Mm-hmm. So you can find this under Chameleon Academy on Instagram. If you missed part of it, or you have questions, or you want to preview this weekend, essentially it's going to be Bill's 2 internets are going to go down and his power is going to go off, and I'm going to be singing and dancing for 6 hours. But
well,
that's the worst that could happen. I'm saying it's kind of like, it's not nuclear war, but it's kind of a little close.
Let's see. Well, I don't know that I can get the sound.
Let's see. We can just watch it and you can narrate it.
Well, I'll just let everybody know what's going on. That the earthquake? Yeah. Well, so I'm having a season finale on Saturday. It's going to be 6 hours, and every hour is going to have a different person talking. I'm going to start off with me talking about where we've been in 2023, some of the things we've gone over, and then we're going to go straight into talking with Neptune the Chameleon and Lissa's Lizards, and they are coming out with Project W, whatever that is, and we're going to find out. Actually, going to find out Friday at 7 a.m. Pacific. But they're going to come on, and yes, I do know what it is, but I'm excited for what they are coming up with, and they're going to be there to talk about it. We're going to be having some giveaways every hour on the hour. Next, we're going to be talking to Jonathan Hill, who has just released his iProdalis podcast on the Chameleon Academy. And the first episode is out, talking about the Panther Chameleon breeder community. And the new episode will come out every Monday. After that, we're going to be talking to, Michael Nash, who actually is going to be doing a podcast on the Chameleon Academy as well about the mini Kalumas. So yes, we've got a lot going on the Chameleon Academy network feed. He's going to talk about mini Kalumas, and then Chris Anderson's coming on, and we are going to be talking about chameleons in science and conservation. And then the final hour is me talking about where we're going to go in 2024. And I'm going to invite any of the previous guests, if they want to come back on for that final hour, they're welcome to, but it will at least be me, and we'll talk about it. And that's going to be the season finale. I generally take December and January off, and I'll come back in February. That just gives me a time to, I'm going to be doing something different next year. So it's going to take some time to put that all together. And I'm very excited for being able to push me forward. It's a definitely growth opportunity for me. And you know how I do it. When I grow, I bring you all along with me. And I'll tell you right now, it's going to center around figuring out if small batch breeding can work, and learning more about the environment. So I'm going to be looking at the enclosure as an environment, and we're going to be learning a lot about ecology and how the soil is living. I mean, it's not just throwing isopods in. I want to really understand what's going on in the soil and the plants that are involved. You'll see I will have a new cage line being announced, and it's going to focus on this environment, allowing you to build an environment within the cage. And this is I love this so much. I cannot wait to get into this, because before, like with Dragonstrand and the Reptibreezes and all these different cages, we had plants up on the side of the cage, and that was a huge forward direction, to be able to have the plants where the chameleons were. But the bottom of the cage generally didn't have enough light, and chameleons didn't go down there anyway, so we didn't do much at the bottom of the cage. Well, we're doing more and more bioactive, and getting more awareness of how incredible that is. And so it is opening up such a a different world that we can play in, that I personally can play in, and bring you along with me. And you will learn a lot about alocasias. I'm just gonna say that.
All right.
Anybody know what an alocasia is?
That was
around here. You will,
Bill.
Sounds expensive, Bill.
All right.
It's not. Well, okay. Part of it.
I mean, for me, it sounds expensive for me because
he's gonna follow. He's gonna be.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
We're pulling ahead, so
push her.
Gotta do better. So
Oh yeah, Liza Ann knows what it is.
Mm-hmm. All right, gauntlet dropped. All right. So, all right. I think we've done enough damage for tonight, guys. Any final words, James? You're the guest. Any final words from you?
Yeah, this was just a blast. I can't wait for Saturday. It's going to be so much fun. And don't forget, every Tuesday on Instagram, I hang out there with Bill, and it's a blast. So y'all should come check it out. Oh, don't forget Feeder Sunday.
Oh no, I will be there.
Okay.
I will be there on Feeder Sunday. Yes.
Because this week we kind of got cheated a little.
I know. I was in Washington. I didn't have any fruit flies, and
my animals are running out of food because of you.
You see, I've got responsibilities.
I'm telling you,
I'm gonna have to make up for it this Sunday. I promise I'll be there this Sunday.
Okay.
All right. Promise is made. We'll keep this recorded.
And I'll let you know. I'm working hard to get ready for Saturday. It's empty. This was a Red Bull. So yeah, I'm ready to go. I've got to finish up.
All right. I'm not even going to ask you for final words, Bill, because you've been taking over the last 20 minutes. So
I got lots of words.
All right.
Thanks, guys. Lots of fun. Bye, everybody.
Have a good night. We'll see you all on Saturday at Bill's show.